live here on YouTube and on Instagram. So if you want to follow us, get on, follow us. I'm sure you're on and following us. Ask questions. Got questions on both YouTube and both Instagram. And we're just, throw-in day here. It's a Wednesday. It's hot down here in Louisiana. A lot of guys training right now. So it's going to be fun to do some Q&A. If you guys have any questions, please ask your questions. We'd like to answer them as everybody's in here working hard. All right, let's see what we got. They got the question feed on Instagram too. Oh yeah. All right. If you got any questions, shoot them at us. Got some guys doing the evals over here. Rafa's throwing, watch out. Let's go over there by the evals. So guys are always doing their evals because they want to know. We have levels. We have levels here, so they want to know what level they're at. And they want to move up levels. That's the key here. It's the best exercises for strengthening the shoulder. We do a lot of different ones. So we do, I'm going to put this on the YouTube as well. Good question. Best exercise for strengthening the shoulder. We do a lot of different ones. We do, obviously, all the lightweight, the 2-3 pounds, internal, external rotations, abductions, all those. And then we do oscillation. You can use like the sticks or whatever you have to do oscillation. Those are fun. Body blades, the old body blades. You can do like a lot of things like push-up plus, or overhead plus, or fat man plus. Those are really key because those strengthen the scaps. So all this is in the TopVelocity programs. Other ones we do are like crossover symmetry. I love the crossover symmetry stuff with armcare.com stuff. So all great stuff to have that we apply in the programs here. All right, we got what's the fastest someone has thrown at a TopVelocity facility with a normal baseball? Well, we only have normal baseballs here, which I like that you brought that up. We don't have any fake baseballs in here, all normal. The fastest we've ever thrown is in here at 98. We had a few 98s in here. I think Orzi had a 98 in here, Lacey had a 98 in here, George had a 98 in here. No one's popped 100 in here yet, but we've had guys in here go off to throw 100 miles an hour. Most recently, Wilmer Flores. Pretty excited with Wilmer. Wilmer came through here in 2019, and he hit 94 in here, and now I got to get him a new banner because he's been up to 100. He's impressive. So that's the highest. I'm Korean baseball pitching coach. Excited to have you on, man. Thank you. We had the NC Dinos in here. NC Dinos came in for a week of training and analysis. Let's see these guys doing their evals over here.
Oh, so it's like a jump. Oh, okay.
Working on it.
I'm like driving off the ground.
It's a lateral broad jump. Oh, it's like a jump.
All right, another question we got. What's the fastest? Oh, we already did that one. All right, what we got? Drills to help 12 to 14-year-old release more over the top instead of sidearm. I'm gonna go over here for that one. I'm gonna go over here on this one. Drills to help get more over the top. And that's very common with the young kids because with the young kids, they want to find those sidearm slots because they don't have the strength overhead to lift the arm up. They don't have the energy, the ability to push the energy through the kinetic chain that makes the energy move up, which brings the arm up. So basic things, obviously, strength and conditioning at 12, 13 needs to start happening. More strength and conditioning, more hip stability in that strength and conditioning is going to help them stabilize their hips. People don't understand, like, when your hip drops, when you're throwing and your back hip is dropping, so is your arm slot. So if you have a 12-year-old that's arm slot is down here, look at their pelvis at landing. Their pelvis is probably all sideways at landing. So the strength and conditioning is going to be key. Beginner drills like the internal external rotation drills with the baseball or in the footballs, all the overhead drills, pretty much, chest forward. All those are great at teaching the overhead release, the pronation release, because it's all about the trunk. If the trunk moves forward, the arm wants to come up. Try to move your trunk forward with your arm to the side. It doesn't happen. So all these throws where the trunk's going forward, the arm's internal rotating, pronating, great for the young kids to really learn what you have to do to get the slots up, or the movements of the movement of the trunk that drives the slot higher. That's the key. That was a good question. I'd probably do more videos on that, Alex. I need to do more videos on how the young kids improve some of these problems. Are hip thrusts effective to increase pitching velocity? So that's just it's a strength movement. You're developing glute strength, hamstring. Watch out, watch out. So those are good, but I would say they support velocity, but I wouldn't say they increase velocity. So. Got a question on YouTube. What's the ideal arm path for throwing? Most people don't know that the arm is there to counter the trunk. So the trunk just blew his leg out. We're killing him. So the arm is there to counter the trunk, so the trunk can funnel more energy to the arm. All right. So all the arm path is to support the trunk power, or to help the trunk build more power. So, for example, we break our hands. What's the first thing we want to do? We want to hold flexion, because that's where the arm is going to accelerate quicker, and it's also going to counter the trunk better. Then the arm goes into horizontal abduction. That's that scap load, that pinch. That is countering the trunk's rotational movements. So if an arm is more scap loaded, now the trunk can rotate more. If it's less scap loaded, now the trunk's going to rotate less before the arm goes. So the arm scap loads, and it gets to shoulder height because the arm needs to lay back next, and it lays back best above the shoulder. Below the shoulder doesn't lay back best. So we have to then go to shoulder height. So when we go into rotation, the arm can lay back. So when the arm lays back, now the trunk can push more energy forward. So when the arm goes, the arm funnels that energy that the trunk just created. So what's the arm path there to do? It's there to allow the trunk to pump more energy to the ball. So if you think your arm path is just to move the ball, then you'd be an amateur. You'd be completely wrong. Good question now. Let's see, we got any more good questions. I like all these good questions. Should I spend more time throwing harder or developing and improving pitches? Well, velocity is usually a key factor of all your pitches. And
14-year-old throwing 77.
all right, we got a PR going on right now? So the answer to that question is, let's see what he hits here. So the answer to that question should be, if you don't have good velocity, you need to develop velocity and then develop your pitches, because you need that to develop good pitches, because it's going to drive better spin, it's going to drive better break on your breaking pitches, it's going to give you a chance to put more change in speed between your fastball and your off-speed pitches. So I would go velocity first, then you develop your pitches. That's how we do it here. And looking for the next question. A lot of guys getting on, trying to find some cute questions. I'm gonna go to the questions tab. All right, we got all of those players live in your facilities. Yes, they all do. We have housing right now, and they're all living in the housing. Dude, Noah's scaring me over there with that mask. What? What is that? It's like the Silence of the Lambs mask? Yeah, it's the Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, I know. If I'm that,
Is throwing 90 plus senior year better than having a decent repertoire of pitches and command? Yeah, it is, because pro teams, college teams would rather develop your pitches than you. And to do that, once again, we go back to velocity or pitches. They want the velocity so they know they can build good pitches. Like velocity would tell them they can build better pitches. So that's just why they go in that direction. We got some, looks like some Korean on here. Thanks for being on, guys. I don't know, I can't speak Korean, unfortunately. And we had, or could be, I don't know, it could even be Mandarin, I'm not sure. I don't know any of the Asian language, I apologize. But I appreciate you guys being on here. Any tips on gaining velocities? Yeah, learn the core principles of top velocity. Learn the metrics that we try to achieve as athletes. So develop the athleticism that we promote here, and then develop the core principles behind the key mechanics. Let's see, what are some strengths? We got an 80 over here, an 80. How old are you again?
72.
14, hit 80. And he's 72, is that a PR? Is that a PR? Is it his first time ever? All right, we got a PR here, 14, 72 in camp. He just hit 80. What did he do well in the 80? Okay, he kept his trunk back, good. So don't fall in. Don't let yourself lean in, hold your trunk back. And be explosive. Did y'all get the 80 on film? Come on, Joey, get the 80 on film, bro.
It's not me. It's no one.
I need to post it. Hey, give me another 80, I want to post it. Hey, can you film your brother's 80? We didn't even get it on film. Hey, this is important.
I probably caught when we say 80, but it's on the back.
Oh, okay. No, I want it to be low. Come on, let's go. 81.
Oh yeah, heating up, heating up.
14-year-old, impressive here. Looks like he's gonna be a lot better than his brother.
Thank you.
He's like, screw you. Don't step back. He's throwing behind us. Niner. Watch out. He's throwing.
Hey, Rafa just said it's Mexican power. He's Mexican power?
Hey, and I just said on screen you're gonna be better than your brother. So.
Oh, he's definitely going to be better.
He's probably from Texas, but it's Mexican power.
It's Mexican power. You're right. Watch out. You're gonna get it. Hey. Come on, sit and drive. 14-year-old hitting 80 over here. Y'all pissed?
Let's go!
Rafa, come on, try to counter.
Oh, 80. Let's go, Diego, come on. Give me an 80. Let's go. Let's go.
You know, I actually might have had it on the live. I could pull it off the live if he doesn't get it. He's getting tired. You don't have to overdo it. We might have had it on live. You might have got it, right? I think I might have gotten it. Watch out. All right, that was good. Impressive. Sitting 77, 78, 14 years old, 72 in camp.
He's brain proportional magic.
Yes. Yes. All right, what are some strength exercises to build velo for the 3/4 arm slot? Same thing as over the top. So you want to develop the core principles that we teach here in the mechanics, and you want to build the athleticism through the metrics that we have determined at elite levels. Every time I leave, he blows it up. You got it? All right. I'll come and get it from you in a little bit. Dude, that's like 8. Hey, come over here. So that's what, 8 miles an hour in what, a week?
Yeah.
Have you ever thrown that hard?
No.
What's the hardest you ever thrown?
73.
73? Where'd that come from? What? No, I'm making him famous now. I'm making him famous. So you really think you'll be better than your brother now?
Yeah.
Hey, you hear that? He said he's gonna be better than you now. That's what I heard. So, well, good. What things do you think helped?
The medicine balls helped a lot.
What did they help you do?
Like I would like use my hip more. I wouldn't use my hip when I used to pitch.
And you would stay back too?
Yeah.
So that separation thing?
And the momentum.
Any of the lifts you like?
I like the Romanian deadlift.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
And so think about it. A lot of these improvements today just came from your mechanical improvements.
Yeah.
So think about it, and you get in the weight room and you start getting bigger, stronger, and faster. What do you think's gonna happen?
I'm gonna throw harder.
Yep. Congrats, man. That's awesome. Right there, 14 years old, 80. That's a game changer, bro. Even though if you're in the Dominican, that has to be 90, but.
He's all right. He's Dominican, 85.
85? Okay.
81.
Oh, he's still going. I thought he was done.
81.
Sitting 80. He's definitely going to be better than his brother. Dude's throwing harder than most 18-year-olds in here. I don't know. Is he sitting here throwing harder than you or no? He's like, no. Brooks, he got you? All right.
Back to Brooks. Hey, Caleb.
Caleb, he got you, Caleb? 14-year-old throwing harder than some of the 18-year-olds in here. Tips on gaining velo. Come down here, learn the core principles of the mechanics, develop the athleticism. Do you have camps in the fall? Yeah, we do. Go to TopVelocity.org. You're going to see all the camps listed. We got any questions on YouTube? I'll look. Says, what's a good way to keep good trunk posture? My bad trunk posture leads to early drive leg collapse. You're right. And trunk posture is really how you load collapse. It's true. When I sit into my quads here, I want to quickly go into rotation or collapse. So you got to learn to sit back. Sit in your glutes, stable pelvis position in your glute so your trunk can be upright. And now you got nothing to worry about collapsing. You just got to worry about getting out of that position, driving. So, Coach Francisco, it's a legendary coach from Venezuela right here. This is the legendary coach from Venezuela. It's why he just went 72 to 80. Right here, this coach.
Nobody talking Spanish. Yeah, necesito un consejo para una mecánica limpia.
Well, you got one right there.
Flexibilidad, poder y rapidez, hermano. Eso es lo que necesita.
Yeah, if y'all have Spanish, send us some Spanish. I'm actually surprised it was right there.
Yeah, sure.
Let me go back to these. How old is he? He was 14. Most important lower body exercise for high pitch and velocity. Well, it's a combination of many. It's developing the strength through the squats, the lunges, and then turning them into more power through the cleans, jerks. I'm in Korea. Can I visit and learn? Yes, please. Come on down. Well, the challenge is just getting a visa. I have a lawyer, immigration lawyer, if you need help. But it's easier if you can get a school visa. What's the school visa? It's called what? Student visa?
I think it's the J1.
It's like a J1 or something.
Ask Francisco, he has one.
Francisco, what's the student visa called? What's the student visa called?
F1.
F1. It's F1. Get an F1 visa. How old is he? He already did that. How fast? It was 80. What are some strength exercises to gain velo? Kind of went over it with the squats and the lunges, and then converting that into the power of the cleans. You got to think of like your strength lifts. If this is your force curve, so this is time. This is your force curve. So I mean like eccentric, isometric, concentric, and this is time. If your peak force is up here, then you might be taking too long to get there. If your pitching skill, usually it's about 0.2 of a second you have in your throws and your swings to create your forces. If you're well out of that time where you get to your peak forces, and your strength lifts, you're not using that. So that's why your power lifts are forcing you to get to your peak forces quicker. And that's typically why guys who deadlift can do a lot more weight than when they clean and jerk, because technically you're never gonna get to the same amount of force in a short amount of time like in your cleans, because you're throwing the bar, but you wanna get as close as you can. So what that does is that's driving up your power as opposed to just your strength. Should I play summer ball? I'll spend a summer grinding and gaining as much feel as possible. It just depends. You should play summer ball if you feel like you're at a good level in your velocity and your performance, like your spin and all that, and you want to compete with it. But I wouldn't go play in the summer if I'm below par or below average in velocity and spin and all that stuff. I would want to work on that and get up, definitely. I wouldn't want to go play and sit on the bench the whole time because I'm really not a good pitcher, Do you get remote programming if you go to the camp? Yes, you do. All the programming is remote. Every piece of programming that TopVelocity has online portal, unlimited portal access to it. How old are you? If he's asking about me, I'm 45, I'm about to be 46. How old are you? You pitch it left. I don't know what that meant. Sorry, I can't understand that. Let's see, saludos. Cordiales. Cordiales. Desde Calapan? What is that?
Puebla.
I'm from Mexico.
Califán, Puebla, Mexico.
He's from Mexico.
Mexico. En la casa.
So that's a place.
Yeah.
Calapan, what is it?
Califán.
Calipana. Calipana, Puebla,
It's in Puebla, Mexico.
Mexico. They don't. Saludos what?
Cordiales.
Saludos cordiales. This gringo is struggling. Gringo Especial is struggling here. I wish your facility was closer to me. I'd be there all the time. Heck yeah, man. Love to have you here. If you had a facility near me, I would go every day. Love it, man. We might. Look on Instagram under TopVelocity. Search TopVelocity on your homepage, and you'll see all the listings we have. You might find one near you. Any questions on YouTube? Let's go check it out. All right, we got what makes a guy like Hicks throw so hard? Well, type 1 diabetes helps, mainly because insulin is a performance enhancer. So that has a lot to do with it. And he's stupid powerful, which it helps you be more powerful. But insulin is incredibly dangerous. It would never, you're diabetic, you're life-threatening disease, but it does. It actually, insulin is a performance enhancer. It increases your IGF-1. So, All right. Let's just go around and talk to you guys. Y'all going to eat? No food prep? Y'all are done? Did y'all lift today?
No, we had no.
Oh yeah, you're right. Did you do anaerobics?
Yeah.
Cool. What could you do to get better tomorrow?
We gotta eat.
All right, then go eat. I like it.
Sure.
Let's go and let's see what these guys are working on here. All right, what are y'all working on? Let's hear it.
Momentum, separation.
So like one of the things you're focusing on,
Trying to get the hip through.
what's making it hard?
Right now, I really don't know.
Okay, let's see it. Let's see what you got. See how you're leaning over your hip? So if you lean this way and bring your hip out here, now you're giving it more room to go through. See if you can hold that. Better. Okay. The only thing is we got the 10 yards there. Can we pick those up? Elijah, you got those, you're picking the 10 yards up? Okay. Yeah, I just don't want to hit those. There goes 10 yards. So you notice that? It's just, now you got to keep your momentum going to the target so you don't pull off. But did you feel like your hips came through a little better?
A little better, yes.
All right. What? Oh, you are? I just didn't want him to hit it. That's fine. Hold that position. Okay, see, first thing you did was pull. You get in that position, you hold it, you drive, and you delay your trunk. See, but you know, the only issue with evals on throwing days, it's not smart. Y'all got to do them on non-throwing days. Hey, Elijah, we need to tell them don't do evals on throwing days. It's got to be on non-throwing days. Okay. Okay, lean back. Okay, better. All right, y'all just be careful of those 10 yards. Those things are expensive. All right. I think everybody's kind of calming down for the day. I think that's good. I think it was a good day. All right, if you guys want more information, go to TopVelocity.org. And you know, we're going to keep doing these as much as we can on YouTube, on Instagram. So subscribe, follow us on YouTube or Instagram, and we're going to see you on the next episode.
Still don't know where to train this summer. ¿Estás listo para este verano?